I'm Rune Schwarzer, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast. Microphones, activate!
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick Lynn. Joining me today, as always, is Taylor Hoyt.
What up?
And Shadow Elite.
What's up, people?
How's everyone doing?
Okay.
It's fine. Living life. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. How's the weather over on the east side of the U.S.?
A little chilly. It rained pretty good this weekend, but no snow, which is nice. Supposedly you get snow in Charleston every once in a while, but no snow today.
Have you gotten snow?
No, but people say, like, you know, this is the time of the year, like every other year it'll snow, but it's cold enough, but hasn't had the combination of cold and the rain. So,
yeah. What about you, Elite?
The weather's actually pretty kind over here. Over the weekend, it was like 60-something degrees out, and like today, it wasn't that bad either. So hopefully, we don't get any snow. We're almost out of February, so I don't know when spring starts, but I know it's like probably mid-March.
Yep.
We not get any snow. This would be a great winter. We don't get any snow.
It's been warm over here. I think today was in the 70s.
it's California. It's always nice and sunny and warm over there.
Of course.
And then I think on Thursday and Friday it's going to be 80 degrees.
Wow.
Do you guys know what snow is? Is snow like an event? Like, do you guys look at the windows like, what's the stuff coming down? Like, oh, it's that legendary snow.
Yeah. Here,
Oh.
it's or in the Bay Area, it hardly snows. It snows on the hills. Taylor knows this, and the hills are surrounding the Bay Area. There's snow, but it's not like Tahoe snow where it's like full blown.
Yeah, never that much.
Yeah. You have to drive for like 3 hours to like the east to get some snow-covered mountains.
Yep.
How was the earthquakes?
I mean, I think earthquakes are a little overstated. It doesn't really. The earthquakes happen like every 5 years where you can feel it, type of thing.
Yeah.
It was one like in last year when I went to Anime Expo. It was a couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was my first time in California too, and I was like, "Oh snap! This is my first time experiencing an earthquake."
Did you cosplay at all?
Nah, I didn't cosplay this time around. Nah, I wanted to. I went to I think, what was it called? Anime Next in Atlantic City, and I cosplayed Saitama from One Punch Man.
Nice.
On one time, and that was great. I was getting a lot of attention for that, even though I didn't think I played it off pretty good. But I think that was like the first year the anime had aired, and nobody was really wise to it. And I was like the only one walking around Saitama, so I got a lot of attention.
It's always fun doing that. Like, I remember there was one year at Fanime when I went as Joker, and like that was like right when Persona 5 got announced. It was like me and one other person were the only people doing P5 cosplay, and then like the next year it was like everybody was insane.
Yeah, I remember. Like, so the next year, we all went and we all cosplay. Oh, we all went cosplaying, and Taylor didn't have a
some stupid Blaze Blue character. Or something.
He did not have a costume, and then I was like, hey, we have stuff to make Hazuma.
Hazuma. Oh, okay.
And he played as him, and it was funny because people actually got the cosplay. It's like, oh, sweet, Hazuma. It's like, wow, it actually worked.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought I looked weird, but that's okay. I mean, it was better than not going as anybody, I guess.
Hey, I went as Soiree, so.
Yeah, your costume was awesome. Well, you had you bought that one, right?
A little cheap ass cosplay.
I mean, it looked good. I mean, mine, we were literally like, let's take that jacket and that hat and buy some green hairspray, and there you go.
Yeah. and Maddie was actually Joker. Bought a costume and everything.
I remember there was some girl that was dressed up as somebody from Zesteria, and she ran up to you, and she's like, oh my god, it's Ray!
Yeah.
Or it was somebody dressed as Mickleo, I think.
Yeah,
right?
she just ran up to me and hugged me.
You're like, oh, okay.
I'm like, oh okay.
There you go.
I think that was the year you bought your infamous pillow,
Oh yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
the coconut pillow, body pillow. Yeah.
That's when the meme was born.
The
From
meme.
Necopara. Have you heard of Necopara?
Necropara. I think I've
It's
seen
like
it. Anime?
it's a visual novel / anime with cat girls. And
Yeah.
there was a body pillow, and Nick, I don't know if Nick had watched the show or he bought it as a joke or something, but now it's like snowballed into like this meme on the Discord. But yeah,
Oh wow.
Right here.
yeah. I like how you have it covered up.
Why you gotta cover it up for, man?
Because
Let her be free.
because I have to. Yeah. I actually
Which one is that one?
I actually do sleep with this, and I don't want to destroy the pillow. So
Ah, that's.
Oh wow.
Don't want to destroy the pillow. That's.
I
What they say.
always
Pillow
wanted to
case.
get like a body pillow like that, but first off, I don't know how I would get it because I don't know how I would buy it, lug it around the convention, and then how would I bring it back? It'd be weird.
What do you mean? You just buy it? I mean, I think that's
oh.
the one place in the world where it's acceptable to buy a body pillow. Like,
Or, like, I don't know how to bring it back. That's the whole thing. Like, how do I?
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Back space.
Okay, so what it
Yeah.
so what it is that you buy the cover, and it's like a little tiny thing, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's a little tiny thing. You don't buy the pillow. I mean, you can buy the pillow, but you don't want to lug it around, right? So you buy the pillow online, and then you put the cover on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't found a character that I actually want to do that with. That seems pretty. That seems pretty interesting.
There's like that takes some dedication.
That one
Yeah.
is like, you know how it was like that morning after shirt. She's all like lewd. That's tame.
It is, yeah. There
That's-
were a lot of nude ones.
That's tame. Like that. There's the nude one of that one, and that wasn't at freaking anime.
I'll have to get that for like cheap. How much was that? Like $30 something? Or
$30-$40, I think.
that sounds about right.
I think it really does it depend on the character itself, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sure the more popular characters cost more or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I put it to a poll. I went, hey, I took a picture and put it on the Discord. I was like, hey, should I get this? And everyone just said yes. I'm like,
Of
well,
course.
I gotta do it. And then she was prominently behind me every podcast for how long?
I don't even know how about. Well, I mean, it was a good 50-something episodes,
Yeah.
maybe.
She was just
30-something
there in
episodes?
the background, and everyone's like, "What's that?" All right, let's move. I might mess things up. Nope. Okay, we're good. Let's move on to some news or some topics. War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius launches
Yep.
this spring in the West. So it actually is launching soon. Did you guys already pre-reg?
I did, actually, yeah. I don't know what that
Wow.
gets me, but I pre-registered.
I think it just gives you a notification on when it's available or something like that,
Okay.
so you can immediately download it. I actually just discovered it yesterday because I think somebody on my timeline on Twitter like retweeted an artwork, and I was like, "What artwork is this for?" And I was like, "Oh, it's for Final Fantasy. Oh, it's for Brave Exvius, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, this actually looks like a game I could play." And then I realized it was a mobile game, and I was like, crap. I really only have room in my life for one mobile game. I don't know if I could do this." But the artwork looks really good. It looks like Final Fantasy Tactics, which is something I never dove too deep into.
Oh, you
So,
got
I'm
to
always in
change that.
Yeah, I'm always in the mood for a tactical game, so hopefully this is really good. From the research I've been doing, because it's out in Japan, I believe, it seems that it's a gacha game, so it seems like it's really grind heavy. So they're really stingy when it comes to the premium currency. I always say if you're gonna play a gacha game, you gotta be prepared to spend money, because you're not gonna get lucky enough to get what you want. I'm sorry, okay. Some people really do get lucky enough to get what they want, but you have to think that you're not gonna be one of those people. Okay,
Right.
So if you don't get it, you're gonna have to make peace with just playing with what you got, or you're just gonna have to buy some premium currency and spend some money. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, because the unfortunate thing is the games that dole out the currency like candy usually don't make as much money. Like the game I got addicted to was Dragalia Lost. Like that game just handed out currency and characters and items, but then you look at the sales figures, and it's up there, but it's not near like Fire Emblem Heroes or other Nintendo mobile games. So yeah, I think you have to kind of be willing to spend a little something.
Yeah, you have to, because the rates aren't. It's crazy how I can play Fate Grand Order, and like I could be saved because I'm doing something right now in which like every week I set aside a little bit of cash. So like during the summer I can like roll the gacha so I can get
for the bikini outfits or whatever.
Basically, those are the ones I want, and I'm low key. If I don't get those, I'm done with this game. If I don't get them, so I'm preparing myself for that. But actually, there's another banner that's coming out. I think it came out today that I really want, so I'm going to spend a little bit of what I've been saving up to get that. But yeah, it's like you can see the rates. It's like less than 1%, and people will still do this. Like you have a less than 1% to get this. You know how against the odds are against you to get this?
Right?
It's ridiculous. And then people still spend money on it because I do it too. But I don't go crazy. Like if I spend a certain amount, I'm done. Like I'm cut off. Like forget it. Like I just move on. But like it's ridiculous how the amount of hold that these gacha games have on people.
Taylor, do you remember the sales figures for the whales for that gangster game that you made?
Oh my gosh! I mean,
was it a gangster game
or
was it something else?
Well, we had a couple. We had Castle Age, and then we had
Castle Age is the one. Yeah.
I don't remember what this. I know which one you're talking about, the Gangster City one. I forget what it was called. But yeah, people were spending like tens of thousands of dollars. It was insane.
That is ridiculous. Like you gotta be rich to be doing that, man. That's insane.
I never understood those games because it's like the money that you would pay to get what you want, you could get way more value and fun out of a regular game. But like what I've found is it's the big fish in a small pond mentality, apparently. So it's like, oh, I'm the best player in this little game. So
how can you consider that you're the best when you just spent the most money? That's all you really did.
Exactly.
Like you didn't do anything to get that good. You just have a bigger wallet than everybody else.
Yeah, I guess that makes you feel good. I guess. I mean, these guys were.
Yeah, you're right. That's what's crazy. People feel good about that, and hey. Which makes you feel good, and you got disposable income like that. Then hey, I can't tell you what to do with your money.
Yeah.
Which character do you want to get the bikini stuff for?
Okay, so first we got BB.
All right, that's one body pillow.
That's one right there.
With the purple hair.
Yeah. Then there's what's her name? Ushi Wakamaru or something like that. I forgot her name. And then there's I think that's it for the summer banner. That's all I really want. Like I want the rest, but those two are top priority. So if I get those two, I'll cut myself off.
All right. So those two right there, those are your two body pillows that you're gonna buy.
If I can find decent body pillows of them,
I could find decent body pillows of one. Just you gotta give me. Do you want nipples or you don't want nipples?
Yeah, it don't really matter.
It's funny.
I'm looking at the art style for War of the Visions, and it looks cool.
It looks amazing. It looks really
neat.
good. And then like the 3D models look as good too. See, that's the thing that gets me about mobile games. I can only play them if the art style is good and the in-game gameplay like style looks as good as the art. That's why I play Fate Grand Order for the most part, because they both look like it's almost a 1-for-1 shot. Other games, they don't do that really. They go for like a more of a chibi art style, and I don't care for that.
Yeah.
That was my one knock against Dragalia Lost. It's very cutesy as it is, but then the actual in-game models, like you said, are way chibi, which is a bummer.
It's like Azure Lane is also another one that I pseudo tried to get into, but I could not get over the chibi art style of the gameplay. I was like, nah, this is just white. This is literally waifu simulator for me. I can't. That doesn't like. I need some actual gameplay to help me play this, because I'm not just gonna be sitting there looking at the art. I can just pull up the art online. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Did they release like a special Final Fantasy Tactics characters for or the Visions? Like you get Ramza and stuff like that.
I mean, it might be too early to drop that bomb. I think they're probably saving that. But I don't think I haven't been paying attention to what's been going on in Japan. But I'm sure when the game starts losing steam, like, all right, put Delita, put Ramza, put Agrias, put all those people in there, or just regular Final Fantasy characters. Why not?
No, they did.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay.
They did. I just saw. It's fun. You get Ramza, you get Orlando.
Oh, Orlando. Okay.
And I'm like, and I just remember seeing this, and I'm like, just make a new Final Fantasy Tactics game, damn it.
I don't know. I don't know why they don't do it. I mean, especially with how.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, especially with how well Fire Emblem has sold since its resurgence with Awakening, like, just know, like, okay, the ceiling is like 3 million copies, but if you think you can do that, then that's your budget,
That's true, but I just think it's too much of a risk on Square Enix's part. They want something that's going to bring in money all the time. Because if this was maybe like back in 2010 or so, 2008, maybe we would have gotten another Final. That was the best chance that we can get a normal Final Fantasy Tactics game. But nowadays, with Gacha taking over and mobile gaming taking over, it's either for them to just make money off the whales and stuff like that, or a free-to-play game.
So I see Ramza, Sid, and Gafgarion.
That's interesting, huh? One villain, I guess. I'm shocked they don't have Delita or Agrias, but they'll. There's room, like I said. Once it starts losing steam, they'll drop it.
Definitely looks
There's
like
only one.
Nope.
I was like, there's only one character I want for this game. Yeah, if I get her, I'm good to go. Like, I won't even need to spend money on this game anymore. Oh, let me show you guys real quick.
Is it the wizard chick?
I think so, yeah.
With like the moon in her hair.
I think so. Why can I send this?
There's some good waifu art here.
There we go.
There's some good waifu art. Okay.
Yeah. It's not her, but I saw her as well. That's funny.
Yeah, if I get that one, I'm set for that game for a while. That's also one of the things you gotta do with a gacha game if you're not gonna pay for it. You might want to find the one that you want, like the one unit that you want. Get that one and be satisfied with that one for a while. Because if you try to get all of them and you're not exactly a whale, you're gonna have a miserable time.
Miserable time.
I mean, they're all cute. I don't know if I can pick one. It's a good art style. I like what they did. It's definitely like an evolved version of Tactics for sure.
Yeah, this guy might go down as one of my favorite artists. It's really good.
It also kind of reminds me of like the Grand Blue, Grand Blue fantasy art kind of. Same eyes and that kind of painterly style. Yeah.
Oh, she's not bad either.
The big, strong woman, as Visual says.
So yeah, I think this might be the other mobile game I actually play. That I actually take seriously.
Yeah, it looks really interesting.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it's like you said though. How bad is the gacha? But
yeah,
how much are you willing to dedicate to it? Because I'm curious if the story is good. Because usually in mobile games it's not. It's just like something to get the gameplay to move along. But hopefully there's enough treadmills and stuff to keep you going every day.
That's one of the things I like about actually Fate Grand Order is when you're not doing like the main story missions, which are the singularities. Like the special events are hilarious. Like they be breaking the 4-4 like crazy, and they be doing like ridiculous stuff. It's like this one character who is like working for Amazon.com or something like that. It's so funny. Like they do so many funny things. They don't take itself too seriously.
You know what I don't know what happened to? Tales of Link.
Didn't that die?
Yeah, it did die, and I wonder why it died.
Guess not enough whales supporting it.
Isn't there a new one coming out, like Tales of Cristoria or something?
I mean, it's not really like Tales of Link though, because Tales of Link was definitely like a waifu gacha game. Tales of Crestoria is like a story, like heavily based story, or it's heavily focused on a story with a turn-based battle system, which isn't Tales. Which makes no sense.
They should try to do with the Dragalia Lost, because that was like an action RPG kind of thing.
So what happened to Jagralia Lost? I thought like when it first came out, it was hella popular. Why did it go down so much?
I don't know. I mean, to me, it just runs out of steam at some point. You know, like you play the events and then, because like what happened with me is I'll get addicted for like 2 months, and it's fun, and then at some point I'm like, I'm just kind of doing the same thing. So I guess you have to. I don't know. It's a good question, because they're still doing events. Like they did a Monster Hunter event, they did a Mega Man event, they've done Persona, I think. Yeah, maybe that was Grand Blue Fantasy, but they've done a lot of crossover events. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I mean, considering it's a Nintendo IP, I'm shocked they haven't done like Zelda and Mario and pick your franchise.
They might actually, I don't know, they might actually stop that game because Fire Emblem Heroes makes them so much money.
It does, yeah. That's their best, highest grossing mobile game, like by far.
That's ridiculous.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, all right. Yo, you know who you gotta think? Who Nintendo has to thank for that? Fire Emblem Awakening.
Yeah.
Without that game, where would Fire Emblem be right now?
That's a great question.
In the gutter.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm just looking at the Tales of Link freaking art. What?
Great for listeners only.
I know. When do you think it's going to come out? Do you think it's going to be next month? Or do you think it's going to be like the end of spring? War of the Visions.
Usually mobile games don't tease for too long. Like when they say that, like sometimes they're like, oh, it's going to come out next week. I wouldn't be shocked if this came out like before the end of March.
That'd be great.
It's going to come out right when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes out.
That would be but you never know. Square's done dumb stuff before, so who knows?
Oh, absolutely.
So you get that's the normal art, and then you get the special art.
What the freak? Is that like a card or something? Like an actual?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's Tales of Link, right?
Yeah, it's Tales of Link, and that's the characters like
Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena. That's the normal, and then the SSS+1.
Tales of Link.
Just look at this. Just type in a Tails character and type in Tales of Link, and you'll find stuff.
Of course, the best one is Tyr in a bikini. Doesn't get better than that.
You saw that one, right? I literally just clicked that one. I'm like, this one's for Taylor.
Yep. It's the best one. All right. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yes. But first, I gotta do that for Taylor. Okay, so what the hell? Where'd it go? Oh, I know like a lot of people don't even care about this game, and this game just flew under everyone's radar. Little Town Hero is coming to the PS4 to the West with a physical edition on June 2nd.
June 2nd, that's kind of far away, but
Yeah,
I mean, Game Freak has been doing interesting things, because I remember a couple years ago they made that game Tembo the Badass Elephant or something.
Yeah.
So they're trying stuff outside of Pokemon.
I just remember you were like, hey, let's check this game out. This game actually looks interesting. Came out, we never talked about it.
Well, it was apparently not very good. So I watched some reviews, and apparently it's almost like a tower, like a turn-based tower defense game or something. Like the monsters will attack the town, and so then you have to go to the different parts of the town and fight them and set up things. And apparently it's really overly complicated. So I'm wondering if they've fixed it for this version. So I'm also wondering if it sold like crap too. So they're like, oh, maybe if we put it on PS4, it'll sell more or something.
Probably.
Not interested though. That game would have to have a complete overhaul, I think, because I just remember watching reviews and they weren't very positive. So
Yeah, that's a big old skip from me.
oh, I don't know if you have this on the docket,
Yeah.
but did we didn't talk about Soccer Wars getting a release date on the last episode, right?
That's what I was gonna put on the docket, and I totally forgot because I just did the call. Yeah. When was that? When is the release date for Sakura Wars?
April 28th.
Is that English or
game-
Japan?
It's already out in Japan, so this is
Oh,
English.
sorry. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
That game, this smells like another Persona 5 situation where it's like this niche series that nobody really played, but I think this could be a sleeper hit. I think because it used to be a strategy RPG, now it's like an action game, kind of like almost looks like a Warriors game, but not quite that crazy. So it's like a mix between action RPG where you fight in giant robots, and then the other half is like Persona where you're walking around town, and it's much more of a dating sim. Like I think they even call it a dating sim in like the write up, but it's like a half action RPG, half dating sim where you have these girls and they belong to some like theater troupe or something like that. So they're but yeah, it looks neat. And I think it's by the Valkyria Chronicles team, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Well, you have my curiosity, but now you got my attention.
Yeah, I think that game's going to be really cool.
I heard there was a demo on the Japanese PSN. Is that?
Oh,
right?
probably.
I think I got
Again, it's old. You probably have to dig for it, but yeah, it's. I think there is one.
That's even down with that. Is that coming to what? Just PS4 or PC as well?
That's a good question. I think PC also. I could be wrong.
Not that on PC.
Don't quote me on that one. Do you have any interest in that, Nick?
Maybe. I haven't really looked into it. I looked interesting, and then I was like, hey, this kind of the dungeon crawling parts kind of remind me of
Tokyo Xanadu.
Tokyo Xanadu, yes. Tokyo Xanadu. And I'm like, and then you're like, I'm really interested in this game. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a Tokyo Xanadu situation, I bet.
Yep. Although what's funny is I originally was not interested in Tokyo Xanadu because I remember at PSX you and Maddie like were so hyped for it.
Yep.
And then I didn't play it. And then when I did play it, I think I like it more than you and Maddie do.
Oh, I played it. I enjoyed it. I beat it. I don't even think Maddie beat it yet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Maddie hasn't beat it. Oh, she doesn't play JRPGs anymore, guys. Spoiler alert. She still hasn't touched Trails of Cold Steel 3. She has it in her room, and I was like, "What are you doing? Play it." And I think
Can I play that? Wow.
Yeah, I think her excuse is, I don't want to play it and then be heartbroken and have to wait for Trails of Cold Steel 4. I'm like,
Well, you got
that's legit. I
mean,
mean,
I get it.
Do you guys think 4 is coming out this year?
I hope so. I want to say yes, but actually I'm not sure. It's like February because last year I think they announced Cold Steel 3 in January, and then it came out the end of the year, and we don't have anything on that yet. Maybe early next year.
It's either the end of this year and early next year.
Yeah.
We need
Because the other game that NIS America would publish from Falcom is Ys 9.
Oh yeah. That's right.
I'm curious if that's coming out this year.
I think that is coming out this year. I think if I had to bet on one of them coming out this year, I'd say Ys 9.
Because that probably takes less localization work. I imagine like there's not as much story.
Exactly.
But we shall see. PAX East is coming up, and I know NIS America usually likes to announce stuff there. So hopefully,
Oh, they
fingers
do.
crossed. Ys 9. Because I don't think they have. I'm trying to think of what they have announced for the rest of the year. I can't remember. I know they're publishing Langrisser, which I saw you put out a video, Shadow. So I'm curious to hear more of your thoughts on the demo. But I don't know what else they're putting out this year. I'm gonna look it up while you guys discuss.
I'm sorry, I was just faded out a little there. Sakura Wars. All I know is that in these next few months is I'm gonna be very low on money because of all of these releases.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal. Because this makes me sad to say, but I think I might pass on Rune Factory 4 Special for now.
Oh, man, that's terrible, man.
I know. Well, I have. You know what's funny? I mean, I'll get into this when we get to what we've been playing. But I booted up. I'm like, you know what? I have the 3DS version, and I was kind of in the mood to play it. And I started playing it. I was just like, I'm not feeling this right now. But maybe in tomorrow.
Maybe in tomorrow.
I didn't realize it was coming out tomorrow, but as of recording. But
funny thing is, it's going on to the next topic because of that. It is coming out tomorrow, or it's actually going to be out today when this episode's out. But I totally forgot it was coming out, and I saw it on my phone. For Amazon's like, Mega Man Zero has shipped. I'm like, Mega Man Zero has shipped, and then I looked. It was like Mega Man Zero and Rune Factory 4 is shipped. I'm like, oh
man.
And 2 games in one day.
Oh man.
Well, I got to keep you busy.
Yeah,
if nothing else. Those are long. I mean, Zero. There's 6 games in that?
4. No. 4? Yeah, there's 6. Yeah, 6. 4 for the Zero series, and then has the ZX series as well, which is the DS games.
So, are you excited to play just one, or are you gonna play them all?
The Zero series, or I don't know. I have Mega Man Legends, so I have all the Mega Man games collected, and then I have all the Mega Man Legacy X Legacy collection, and now I'm getting the Mega Man Zero Legacy collection, and it's just cool to have all the Mega Mans that I like to play on one system.
What, PS4 or Switch?
Switch.
Oh, okay. Nice. Speaking of Legends, they registered a trademark for that last year. I'm wondering if we're getting a Legends collection with Tron Bond. That'd be cool.
I was like, 2 games?
The 2 Legends games in Tron Bond. That'd be awesome. And I never played Tron Bond. And fix the controls. The controls are so bad. Oh my god. They really need to fix the controls if they do a remaster.
How would they do
that? It's like tank controls, but then like, oh, it's so weird. I remember when we played it for that stream with Connor that one time.
Yep.
And I've since gone on to play it by myself, but like, man, the controls are just so bad.
Have you played Legends 2?
I haven't. No.
Didn't Connor say that the controls are way better in that one?
I mean, maybe. I believe him.
I mean,
can't get much worse.
I mean, it's still PS1, so it's probably still gonna be tanky. Yeah. But at least I think they're more intuitive.
Because my thought is like it should control like a third-person shooter, like with the sticks, and then L2 to aim, R2 to shoot. Like that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But I'll be curious if they decide to go that far with it.
You ever play those games, Shadow?
I played Legends 1 for a little bit, and I did like it. I think I played it as a kid way back in the day. I think I rented it, and I never actually got it. I think that's one of the things I regretted doing as a kid. And then I always saw Legends 2 from afar, and I never got it. I think when I played Legends 1, I was stuck in that game. I couldn't progress or something. And I was around this town area or something like that, trying to do something with Tron. I can't remember. But if they do come out with a collection, it would definitely be on my radar. Ain't a day one by, but it would definitely be on my radar.
They're super underrated. Like I consider them RPGs. I know a lot of people don't. Like they're almost like an action adventure game, whatever that means, because you're not like leveling up. But they're cool. I mean, you're walking around, you're talking to people. There's a moment in Legends when you go to the little indoor mall place, and there's like porno mags in there.
The hell?
he goes into the bookstore and he's like, oh, this is a dirty magazine or something.
That
like
was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then the best minigame of all time, kick the can. There's like a can that's in there, and if you kick it,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. You kick it into one of the stores, you get like money or something like that.
Yeah, and I
he's
think. No,
he's just
sorry.
on his phone.
Sorry,
he's
sorry,
tweeting, checking Instagram, checking his Tinder.
Yeah, it's my Tinder, my gotcha games.
That's right.
Sorry. The locals are talking to me, and I had to. Fighting game locals, which I could talk about later.
They can wait, okay?
I know.
All right.
No, I heard that. I remember if you keep kicking the can at someone over the desk at the person, Mega Man slowly gets darker. It's like he's getting eviler. So you could.
That's right. Yeah.
He's becoming like evil Mega Man. So he's getting less blue. It's really weird.
Yep.
I miss doing those streams though.
It was for Extra Life.
It was for Extra Life, yeah. Where you just stream all day. Have you ever done
those are fun.
Yeah, have you ever done one of those, Shadow? Those are.
My friends, they did it for a while. They still do it actually. I think they do it every year. They've been doing it for like 3 years actually. But I don't. Like I do it with them when I can.
Yeah.
Sure.
Usually I have something else to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do now because of work, and Taylor lives across the U.S. But it was fun when it happened, especially when we played Distrega, the best game ever made.
They should remake that. They should make another Distrega. Distrega 3, baby. Let's go.
You gotta tell Tecmo. Koei Tecmo. Hey, make Distrega 2, man. Best game ever made.
Now they're too busy making those Neos and those Warrior games.
Yep.
Can you imagine this? It's like Distrega reboot. That would be so funny. I'll be the only one. I will be the only one to be like, "Oh my god!"
It'll be like, yeah, you freak out over the funniest things. Like I remember you were telling me about Rune Factory 5. You're like freaking out in the car.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. I know we were just talking about Rune Factory 4. I'm so curious what that looks like.
5.
Like how much it's been upgraded and stuff.
We don't even have anything, right? They just announced it like a couple of months back, and we don't even have a trailer or anything, do we?
They have a trailer that shows off monster and animal art, and then like teases the character art.
Yeah, so it's like they might as well have nothing.
Yeah, so you're basically saying it's like Shin Megami Tensei 5. Got it.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think Shin Megami Tensei 5 had more to show, as crazy as that sounds.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's got to be this year, right? I mean, that was...
No.
No?
No, absolutely not.
Like, don't take it for granted. Don't just assume.
I'll say we got a less than 20% chance of that game releasing in Japan this year. We would have to get some substantial information about that game for it to come out this year for Japan alone.
I love how dismissive you were. No.
There's no way Shin Megami Tensei 5, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be coming out for the Switch 2. Just telling you.
The Switch, too. And it's so weird. It's not, no offense, I mean, it's not like it's a Breath of the Wild, like they're completely reinventing it's a dungeon crawler. Like, I don't know why they're taking so long.
Well, like Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Apocalypse was actually pretty substantial games, so I'm thinking they're trying to do it somewhere within that vein. But my thing is, when it was first announced in 2017, there was nothing of that game.
Yeah,
there was nothing of that game but a goddamn logo, and that was it.
I bet. Yeah,
I bet. Yeah, like Nintendo was just like, we need to bring something out for this big reveal.
Exactly.
So Atlas was like, we got Shin Megami Tensei 5 on the board. That's about it. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Just use it.
We got Metroid Prime 4. Wait, what? We do? When did they announce that? That was like the same time, right? Metroid Prime 4?
Around there.
What?
Didn't they scrap that and said they had to start over again with that one?
They did, yeah. They switched developers and they kind of started over, which is crazy.
And then Bayonetta 3 doesn't exist either.
I think that has an outside chance of coming out this year.
Yeah,
I think that might actually...
Yeah, I think that's way further in development than like Shin Megami Tensei 5. If I had to bet on one that would be coming out this year, it would definitely be Bayonetta 3.
There's a lot of games on the Switch that were announced and haven't been out. It feels like the Vita all over again.
Still waiting on that, BioShock strategy RPG. Still waiting on that.
That's never coming out, bro.
I know. I remember Ken Levine walks out on stage and he's got a Vita. He's like, "We're working on BioShock for the Vita."
Yeah.
Obviously, that never happened. So.
Yeah. But Shin Megami Tensei 5, that's... You don't even have characters. I feel like I'm always... Every time I talk about this game, I'm saying the same goddamn thing. It's amazing how people... I'm telling you guys, people will forget about this wait. When the game finally comes out and the trailer drops, they'll be like, oh my god, it looks so great! But they're going to forget that this game was announced so long ago. And people will always say it's because of Persona 5. And maybe it is because of Persona 5. But, god damn, don't ever announce a game this early. I was never thinking, like, even in 2017, I was never thinking of another Shin Megami Tensei game coming out. I seriously believe that it was Nintendo saying that we need something, Atlas. Just give us something from you. And Atlas, just threw this out there. Don't have character designs. It's ridiculous.
What's amazing to me is that Persona 5 Scramble has come out before Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah, I guarantee another Persona 5 spinoff comes out before Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Persona 5 Arena. Mark. Draft your tweets. Persona 5 Arena before Shin Megami Tensei 5.
I'm telling you, I swear, I feel after Scramble drops and Royal drops in the West, people are gonna be like, all right, we're getting Shin Megami Tensei news soon. But no, they will seriously announce another Persona 5 spinoff. I'm telling you, we're not done with Persona 5 spinoff just yet. We got at least one more before Atlas is truly done.
It's Persona 5 Arena, and I think somebody has confirmed that that's in development or something. Because I think it was supposed to come out, and then they're doing Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. So I think maybe after Scramble comes out in the West, and then after Grand Blue Fantasy comes out, which is in like a week or 2 weeks or something like that, officially in the West.
It's next week.
I wouldn't be shocked if they announced Persona 5 Arena at E3.
I would not be shocked either. And then you got to have the Persona 5 Royal anime. That's got to come out.
That's right, yeah.
Oh man, we probably a long time away from Persona 5, man. Let me tell you. You hate to see it, but it is what it is.
You hate to see it.
We're gonna be old and gray, and you're still gonna be talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's still coming out.
Shin Megami Tensei 6 is gonna come out before Shin Megami Tensei 5.
That'd be crazy.
Okay, this is a serious question. What do you think happens first? Do you think Shin Megami Tensei 5 releases first, or the next Etrian Odyssey game gets announced? What happens first?
Next Etrian Odyssey game. We got a better shot at Final Fantasy Remake 7 Remake Part 2 dropping than Shin Megami Tensei 5 revealing anything.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh man.
Speaking of no news about anything and quietness, the Persona 5, the PS5.
Yeah.
Sony has been dropping out of every single gaming conference. They're dropping. They're getting rid of the forums. It feels like Sony is shutting down. But
it's really weird.
But the PS5 is being announced soon. So it's like what is Sony doing?
So I've heard that they're afraid of like coronavirus or something like that. But that's I feel like that's such a convenient excuse. What I think is going on is they're waiting for Microsoft to reveal. They're waiting for Microsoft to reveal so they can undercut them at when it comes to price. And maybe getting their final chipsets or graphic processors in there to make it a little bit more powerful or do some extra features that Microsoft is not going to have out the gate. But if there's one thing I was banking on, it's that they're just waiting for that price of the Series X to drop so they can undercut. That's what they're waiting for, and they're not going to reveal anything until that happens. Which I'm not saying that's like a scumbag move. It's actually like a really good business decision.
Yeah.
But it's just like people want to see what the PS5 has in store and what the PS5 looks like. But they have to come out with something soon because if it's coming out in the holiday, you need to get the pre-orders up.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Xbox keeps dropping news, and it's all good stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, I forget if it was before the podcast or during, but Xbox dropped this news that every Xbox game ever is going to be backwards compatible on the Series X, and if you buy, like, for example, Cyberpunk mentioned this, where they're like, if you buy Cyberpunk on Xbox One X and then you put it in your Xbox Series X, you'll get the upgraded version. I don't know what that means. 4K, ultra resolution, better feature. I don't know what that is, but they said that would be free. And Sony's just sitting over there like, yeah, we're dropping out of conferences. We're not saying anything.
Yep.
It's getting me worried a little bit. And you could see the signs go back way far, because like when Sean Layden, he quietly quit like in the middle of the night. They're just like, they tweeted, "Oh, we thank Sean for his service." And it's like he was the head of PlayStation. He just quits out of nowhere, like very unceremoniously. This is very weird, and I don't know. I mean, I think PS5 is going to be $500. Like I think that's. Yeah. They're saying the parts are going to cost about $465 or $470. So it'd be weird for it to cost that. Usually it's a nice round number. But it's so weird. I wonder if they have a lot of bad news to drop, or if they're just like, man, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got Resident Evil 3, but we got Final Fantasy VII Remake, we've got Last of Us 2. I mean, they have a lot of exclusives coming this year that maybe they're just like, let's not muddy the waters with PS5, or I don't know.
So you think that's like what you're worried about for the most part, or is that like the worst case scenario for them? Or...
I mean, I was expecting 500, so the price I'm not worried about, but I'm wondering if there's some weird feature set that they're not telling us about. I mean, I don't think they'd do something as stupid as what Xbox One did with online always, and you have to have a Kinect and all this garbage. Like, I think they're smarter than that. But I'm wondering if there's something they're not telling us. Like, I don't know why they're being so quiet. It's just so weird.
I mean, it's weird. They could at least come out with like the design of the console. They don't even have to tell the price. They don't
right.
That.
Because for a while, sorry, now real quick, but for a while they were doing these little bits of news. Remember, they had like that Engadget article where it's like, here are the specs, and here's Spider-Man running on PS5. It loads super fast and all this stuff. So they were doing little bits, and then they just radio silent. So I don't know what happened between then and now, but it's very strange.
And I think they leaked the PS5 controller, which is just a DualShock 4, but upgraded. It looks exactly like a DualShock 4, but it's a DualShock 5.
They said there was like a heartbeat sensor or something on it, right?
I don't know.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Vitality sensor, baby, it's coming back.
It could also be like they're afraid to leave the PS4 because the PS4 has such a strong foothold in the market right now.
That too.
They're scared of pulling another PS3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I said they want to undercut Microsoft when they come out with their prices, because they can afford to sell the PS5 at a loss. But I don't think it can go on for that long. They just want to be the most powerful console out and the most cheapest console out. That's how they won with the PS4 for the most part. And they did some of the things that Microsoft was doing wrong. They did it right.
Man,
this is how you share your games.
No! I miss that era. That was a great era. When the PS4 was being announced, and when that year was so awesome to be part of.
Oh, it was legendary, man. It was legendary.
This is how you trade games.
It's like the landscape has completely changed. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that now. Because nobody wants to be like, that scumbag company that's taking shots at other companies anymore. They don't want to do that no more. I don't think we're ever going to again. That was really good.
I remember Taylor and I were on the edge of our seats watching that conference, and what's his name? John Trenton, or not Trenton? Mr. Trenton? Is that his name?
Yeah, Jack Trenton.
Jack Trenton. Yeah. He was like, the price will be $400, and everyone's like, oh my god! Freaking out.
Well, that's the problem. You're talking about like a bygone era. None of those guys work there anymore. Jack Trenton, Adam, oh god, I can't remember his name, but the big guy with the glasses, he announced Final Fantasy VII Remake.
The Things guy.
Him. The British guy that used to run Sony Europe, or he was the head of PlayStation, he's not there. Sean Layden, like all those guys are gone. So it's like Shuhei Yoshida and like people we don't know.
Cerny's still there.
Cerny's still there. Cerny's still there.
Oy.
But it'll be interesting. I mean, I was reading that they're going to start manufacturing in the spring, so they gotta announce something before E3, even if they don't go to a conference, like do a state of play or something.
Yeah, they definitely got to do a PS5 announce event like they did the PS4. That was awesome. That was fun.
Yep.
And then maybe they're just waiting. They're just testing the water, see what the thing's all about, what the Xbox X Series X is going to be all about, which is just a computer, guys. It's just
it's gonna be like a freaking PC tower for the most part.
I mean, it's huge. That thing was a monster.
It
looks pretty big.
It's a PC tower, and if they're following in Xbox One's footsteps, all that's going to be playable on your PC anyway. So if you have one of these babies or the Rainbow Shinies in the Shadows room, then you're all set. You're all set. You don't need an Xbox.
Absolutely.
So PS5 will be interesting. It's either gonna fall apart or it's gonna be awesome. Let's
It's
hope.
gonna be awesome.
Let's hope it's the 2016 PSX and not the 2017 PSX.
Oh, we don't want to go back to 2017 PSX. There's like that famous in our little Discord server, that picture of me where I'm just pissed, dude. That was like the worst gaming anything convention I've ever been to.
Yikes.
And then I'm like, I want a soda, and it wouldn't take my credit card. I'm like, fuck it. I got so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was pretty. You went to the food truck. Or we went to the food trucks, and you went to the one. And you went to the one that was like, it was unchopped. It won unchopped, and then like the sandwich is awful. Like everything was just going bad for you. But yeah, it was weird because we've been going to PSX since 2005 or 2015, right? That was the first one.
We didn't go to the first one, but we went to the next one.
The one that was in
San Francisco. And then we went 2 years in a row to the one in LA. Because remember we went to the one with Connor where we were the last people to get cut off? Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, how could we forget? And then the next one, they didn't really have a press conference. They had that weird sit-down talk thing. Yeah, so I think we went to 3.
Like the first two were awesome.
Yeah.
They were really cool. And then, I don't know what happened with the last one. It was just really bad. Like, they had more space, but less things to do. So it was super spread out. And
then the weird thing was they didn't have a lot of big third-party partners. Like, I remember that was the year that Dissidia and Ni no Kuni 2 were going to come out. And now, granted, maybe those games didn't pan out. But, like, Bandai Namco and Square both weren't there. I'm like, this is really strange. Like, why would they not be there? And, like, they had this giant booth for not Death Stranding, Days Gone. But it was, like, a booth. You couldn't play it.
That was the theme that year. It was like they had huge exhibits for these games, but you couldn't play them. They were just, like, set pieces.
And then the things that were playable, you had to book an appointment on the app, and they were all gone in, like, a second. So I would rather just sit and wait in line. That way, at least I get to play. But now I'm just like, well, I literally can't play anything. This is great. And then we left early.
Yeah, we did leave early. I think so. Before the whole soda thing, I remember Taylor was watching this person play Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And it was just this poor little girl, and he was like, "Stop shooting him with arrows! Stop shooting the leg with arrows! Climb the leg! Stop! Oh my god, I can't even!" And it storms off. I was like, Taylor, calm down.
She didn't know how to play Shadow of the Colossus. She was just very clearly didn't understand how the game worked.
Oh.
Because instead of trying to climb it, she's sitting there shooting with arrows, and I'm like, no, don't do that. Stop.
It was just really funny. And he's like, I need a soda. What was the best time?
Comedy of errors.
Yeah, the best thing about that trip was beating Donkey Kong Country.
That's right. Yeah, we played Donkey Kong Country on the SNES Classic. That was the best part of a PlayStation Expo. That's bad.
Ouch.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about what we've been playing. I know that Taylor's been playing something that I started and fell asleep on. So What have we been playing?
Lull you to sleep.
That's funny because lull you to sleep gets way better after the.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a very slow building show. Anyway, yes, I beat Final Fantasy VII, OG Final Fantasy VII, like PS1 disc and everything. And then I booted up. I was trying to find something to play. Like I said, I booted up Rune Factory 4, and I was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. And then randomly, like, oh, let's pop in Fire Emblem. And then I just got, like, addicted to Fire Emblem Awakening. I've beat it already, but I start up a new file. And I'm pretty far, I think. I forget how many chapters there are, but I'm, like, 20 hours in already. And I'm doing all the paralogs, which I did not do previously. What I would do before is I would just kind of hop from one story beat to the next. And then I remember I was trying to play it like Final Fantasy Tactics, where you don't pair characters up, because that's all Fire Emblem Awakening is all about pairing characters up. And I didn't do that, and I remember the game was super hard. I'm like, man, why is this game so hard? But now I'm pairing it up, and it's like pretty easy.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like a handful of characters at S rank, you can just throw them out to like 10 enemies, and it'll just block everything and one shot them, counterattacks. It's just even on hard.
I gotta ask you. So if you pair them up and you attack, do they both attack?
Not always, but usually. It depends on your support level. So the higher the support level, the more likely your paired up character is to do attacks, but not always.
Are you talking about when they're moving together or they're next to each other?
I'm talking about when they're 2 units are on the same square.
Okay.
Yeah. Although you can also get your character to attack with you if they're next to you, if they're adjacent to you, but I feel like it's less likely, right, Shadow?
Yeah, it's definitely. It depends on how many people are next to you.
Yeah. So, but trying to get all the paralog characters, because there's a lot of characters you unlock by doing like side stories and stuff. I didn't remember. I forgot that's how you got your kid, because like once you marry somebody in the game, then at some point you do a side quest and like, oh hi dad. I'm like, what? So. Because like the game has elements of time travel, and so you're in my case it was my daughter that time traveled, and so now I have another female wizard or female tactician. So
wait, who'd you marry?
Lucina, of course.
Oh, you make me sick.
Who did you pick in Awakening?
Tharja.
Yeah. Okay. I mean she's really I really like Tharja in Fire Emblem Warriors. But then I was like, oh yeah, Tharja, she's great. And so I started pairing my character up with Tharja, and I'm like, oh, she's really weird. But I guess that's her character. I mean, she's...
Wait. So you're talking about Rob as Robin, right?
Yeah.
I picked a female Robin.
Ah, well there you go. I don't think there's... I mean, you could pair up with guys, but I don't think there's any gay routes in Awakening. Yeah, there's a lot in Three Houses, but not in Awakening or Fates, I don't think either.
So yeah, why did you go to Fire Emblem Awakening when the DLC for Three Houses just came out?
It's a great question. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I think here's what I think it was. I think it was literally because I was like, oh, Rune Factory, let me boot that up, and I played it for like 30 minutes, and I wasn't feeling it, but I had my 3DS out, and I'm like, oh, let's just put it in Fire Emblem, because I don't know why. I don't have a good answer for you.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it was literally just because I had my 3DS out. Okay. But I gotta say that if you play that for like more than 30 minutes, that is like a really uncomfortable system, because like the way the buttons are, it's not like a controller where you can really spread your hands out. You're like this, and my thumb, like the ridge on my thumb and my wrist hurts so bad after like 40 minutes.
What model do you have?
I have the new 3DS XL.
XL. Really? So you have an XL. Okay.
Hey, XL. I was just recently playing that for Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, and I was okay. I was playing that for like a good couple hours.
I would agree with you if you were talking about the regular size 3DS.
Yeah, I was gonna say the XL should be good enough. I don't know.
I do have joint problems, so I'm wondering if that's just old man Taylor joint problem.
Now try playing a PSP.
with the
Yeah,
claw.
PSP, that could be really bad.
It's tiny.
Same with the Vita. The Vita is shockingly small. Like when you put that compared to like the Switch or something.
Let me ask you, Taylor, is Fire Emblem Warriors worth $24?
Let me put it to you this way. I've put in 150 hours, so...
Jesus. Yeah,
that
you
is...
got DLC.
Oh yeah, I have all of it except the Shadow Dragon DLC because I haven't played Shadow Dragon, but I bought I think they had Fates and Awakening DLC characters.
Okay. How's the game? How's like the performance?
I mean, on TV mode it runs at 60, but in handheld it's 30.
It's 30.
So,
okay.
but on TV mode it's weird. You can do this thing where you can either run it at 720 60 or 1080 30. So there's options, which is cool.
Interesting. 720. Okay, I can do it with 60. I'm gonna see how much it costs on the eShop real quick.
That is by far my most played Switch game. So I don't know if here's what I think. Here's my thing with Warriors games. I think your mileage totally varies depending on whatever the franchise is. Like I love Fire Emblem and all the different characters, so I really loved leveling them up. It's almost like a mobile game in a way because you level them up and then you have to unlock like different abilities and then you unlock different weapons and then there's the story and then there's these things. There's this map there's a bunch of maps called History Mode where it's like see how fast you can kill 500 enemies or how many enemies can you kill in 2 minutes or like you can only play with female characters or only with male characters. And so there's all these different scenarios to mix it up and I just whenever I boot that game up, I just get addicted. So that's definitely going to be bad when Scramble comes out because I'm going to dump.
Oh, absolutely.
Hours.
And I see it on the eShop for $60, and I see it on Amazon for $24.
The eShop is so bad with stuff like that. Then nothing is ever on sale.
Can you buy it digitally via Amazon though?
I don't think so. Let me see. No. Wait. No. No, you can't.
Do you not like buying physical carts?
Nah, like for Switch, absolutely not. For Switch, everything is gonna be digital.
Okay.
I do not like buying games for the Switch because I figure this thing is to be portable. So when I'm out and about, I don't want to be carrying like 50 different games. I just want to start a game while it's on there. So that's why I also got like 128 gig card for this thing recently.
Nice.
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I hate my Switch collection. I don't like it because I don't like getting up to change the damn game anymore. I don't like doing it anymore. I just want to play the game. Like I have Dragon Quest 11, Xenoblade Chronicles, and it's like each time I want to play them just for a little bit, I gotta get up and find them and put them in. I'm like, no, I don't like this.
So you get the
start the game.
You get
I'm the same way. The only physical games I buy on Switch are big RPGs like Mario Kart, Smash, Splatoon, like anything multiplayer, like quick play. I bought digital. It's just you're right. It's just so much easier to close, boot up the next thing, bam, go to the next thing. It's just so easy.
Especially when you're traveling. The whole thing about the Switch is it's portable. Do you want to be traveling with so many games? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Smart.
They got so many. Oh. I have my my case with all my physical games in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a small case. I was thinking about getting something like that just for these last bit of Switch games I got. I got like 6 or 7.
You have SD cards in your Switches, right?
Yeah. I have SD card in mine.
Yeah, I don't have one, so I'm running out of room.
Yikes! You should just get one. It's like $20 for 128.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to it because I hardly use my Switch.
Oh man. Okay.
Feels bad. You know, I gotta say, speaking of Switch games, I think I might be sold on that new Animal Crossing game.
I could never get into it. I could never even see the hype for Animal Crossing.
So neither could I, because I think I was always a Harvest Moon guy, and then I always look at Animal Crossing and it's like, 1, it looks weird. 2, there's no like marriage, dating, there's some friendship stuff from what I understand, but that's not what those games are about. But this one, it is it reminds me of Dragon Quest Builders almost, because apparently in the end game you can get a permit to like put land down and chop land off and stuff like that. It's like kind of like Minecraft, and then but it seems very customizable with the way you build the town and how you design the houses and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just looks very chill. Nice chill game.
And the meme that's been coming out where it's coming out the same day as Doom Eternal.
Doom, that's right. Yeah.
And there's like Isabel and Doom Eternal, and then the Doomslayer like holding hands and like fist pumping and stuff like that.
I think Animal Crossing is gonna sell way better than Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because like they couldn't be for more opposite audiences. Like one's like a cutesy little game with cute animals for children. The other one's like we rip demons' heads off.
That's true.
Wait, let's see. I think Doom tweeted at Animal Crossing, like the
Yeah,
actual account.
they when they announced the direct, they said, "Is Isabel going to be there?"
Yeah.
It wouldn't shock me like when it all is said and done at the end of the year. It wouldn't shock me if both were in the top 15 for the year.
That wouldn't be surprised at all.
Because I think usually it's always Call of Duty or something or some sports game that's number one. But I'm trying to think of what could possibly even challenge it. I don't think there's usually the only thing that ever challenges Call of Duty is Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead or something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk might give it a run for its money, but
maybe Final Fantasy VII Remake might.
Yeah, I am so curious to see how that game sells.
I think it's gonna sell amazing, honestly. I think maybe first week sales. I'm gonna say 3 million.
Sounds about right.
3 million for first week sales.
Yeah, I think it'll sell well because I want to say 15 is close to 10 million lifetime sales. I think so. Wouldn't shock me if 7 Remake got there eventually.
Yeah,
maybe not this year, but
yeah,
at some point. It looks like he's pondering something over there.
I am. I'm thinking about the Final Fantasy VII Remake and what can it do to piss everyone off? And I'm just.
Did you see
what?
No, go ahead.
No. Oh, you're talking about the summonings?
Not the summonings, the side quests.
No, I don't care about that. I expected that.
Well, I'm wondering if they're just going to pad the game with boring side quests and like, so they figured, how can we draw the game out? Oh, let's just put it with dumb side quests that nobody wants.
I just know that Taylor's like, oh no, side quest, no, the 8 side quests.
I mean, it depends on the side quest, but I just that's not. I don't know. To me, that's not a game. That's what Final Fantasy 15 was. That was side quests. The game, like the main story, was so short. So that I'm hoping it's not that. I'm hoping it's not. You can beat the game in 15 hours, but there's 30 of side quests.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what they could do. Yeah,
the side
game is mostly side quests. Yeah,
the side quests have to mean something. Like the side quests in the original Final Fantasy VII were like final limit breaks and ultimate weapons.
Yeah, exactly. They were cool. Like I'm thinking maybe when they do the Honeybee Inn part or when they do the Don Corneo part, maybe that can be, you can get as much or little as you want as far as like the wigs and the perfume and all that stuff. Because that's all pretty optional in the original game.
Maybe it'll be mandatory here. Who knows?
Yeah, they really, like the Honeybee Inn is totally optional in the original game.
I don't think I ever got like inside like that club or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever. Yeah, Honeybee. I went inside there.
It's very strange.
Yeah,
Pretty sure Cloud gets butt raped in there.
Are you talking about when they're in the bath? That's what I remember.
Yeah, it's real weird.
That wouldn't fly. That wouldn't fly nowadays.
Oh, it's gonna fly. That's probably gonna be some controversy there when that comes out. People are gonna say, "Oh, there's some trans or something like that in there in the Honeybee Inn." Or something, and then I'll get everybody riled up. I don't see what Final Fantasy VII Remake can do to piss me off. I think the gameplay for me would have to be really bad, but from what I can see, it looks good.
Yeah.
So I really can't see that being bad. The graphics look good. The frame rate looks good. I don't know what it could do to make me mad. I don't know. It's gotta.
Well, if it was short, would that make you mad? Like if it wasn't?
I'm expecting it to be short. I'm expecting it, like, short to me would be like maybe 10 hours about. If it was like that, I guess I would be a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Upset. I'm expecting at least 25 to 30 hours out of this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's what I expect. But yeah, I guess the only thing I can think of, I'm just piggybacking off of you guys, if the game is really just 6 hours and they just pad it out with side quests to make it like 25, 30 hours. That's the only thing that can make me mad, but I don't know.
Time will tell. It's only a couple short months away.
That's true.
A short month away.
Yeah.
Month and a half. Something. Yeah.
It's about.
You ever been playing anything else, Taylor?
I'll play a match of Titanfall here and there, Splatoon here and there, just to if I don't have a lot of time and I want to play something, but nothing major. I'm just plowing through Awakening. I might go back and do another route of Three Houses if I have time. But I think
you don't.
I think my next game that I want to buy, which is out in a week, is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I'm really excited about that RPG mode. The RPG mode looks sick.
I don't know why you. What do you? I want to temper your expectations, man.
I feel like it's mad basic.
No, I know what it is. I mean, it's basically like a 2D brawler, but with the characters. To me, this is really weird. Here's the thing that has me hooked: is the it has like daily quests like you would for like a mobile game. So it's like kill 10 people with Matera, or like beat this map 3 times, or whatever. Because I don't know what it is. It's like a weird OCD thing in my brain. I'm like, finish the checklist, finish this checklist. And as long as the core gameplay is fun, like you're just beating guys up, and because how many characters are in the base game? Like 12 or something?
11.
11. That's enough for me, because like I heard the RPG mode's like 8 hours, something like that.
It was about 10 hours, but then when I beat it, it unlocked hard mode, so I have to do that, and that's when you have to play it to unlock the weapon skins. So I need to do hard mode to get the super awesome weapon skins, but it's hard.
Well, that's why you gotta grind out those dailies, man.
Dailies don't do anything. The dailies just give you draw tickets.
Which do what?
You draw for weapons. You know.
Could you get the good ones?
Gotcha. You can. There is a possibility of you drawing the super rare ones, but super rare.
What was I gonna say? Are there colored skins? Like, are there skins that you can drop, or is that only you have to buy those?
You have to buy those, but you have to buy those in the game, in the RPG mode. So the money you get, you have to buy them, and then you have to find rare elements to make this weapon skins for the game. So.
Wait, so you buy it with real money for the colored skins? Like
the money that you earn in the game.
Oh, okay. So you can unlock character skins for free in game.
Yeah.
There's weapon skins and character skins.
There's no character skins. That's colors.
Oh, okay.
If you the uncensored versions of Zeta and Matera, you unlock that when you beat the game. So
that's very strange.
It's, I totally see it though. Like, I unlocked them and I'm playing with them. Zeta is wearing like panties instead of shorts. Yeah. And when you finish the match with her super sky art, her shirt and her clothes get ripped to shreds, right? But in the uncensored version, some of her bra gets ripped off too. So it's just like, wow, they really cut that out.
And then Blue definitely leads into the fan service. That's for sure.
And then Metara is just like straight up thong.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But yeah, I temper your expectations, Taylor. I don't want you to get super disappointed. It's fun, but it's not as vast as you think it is. This is telling you that. Shadow, what have you been playing?
I'll be honest, I ain't really playing much. I ain't playing nothing at all.
I know
Still
that
in
feeling.
between games. I was playing Langresser 1 and 2, the demo, over the weekend, and that was pretty fun. I gotta say, I'm definitely gonna get that one day one. So I think that's coming out March 10th. I'm not sure. But
Is that
actually,
a strategy RPG?
yeah, it's strategy RPG. It's kind of like Fire Emblem, but it's not really like Fire Emblem. This one, you have to utilize the commander, which are your main units, and then you got the mercenaries surrounding your commander, and you gotta work with them kind of in tandem, so your mercenaries are not too far away from your commander, because your mercenaries get stat bonuses when they're next to a commander. And anybody you kill with a mercenary, your commander gets the EXP. And if your commander dies, the mercs dies as well. So there could be like a whole bunch of enemies on the map. You don't have to kill all the enemies on the map. You just have to get to the commander within the enemies, and then like you can kill like four or five enemies in a row if you kill the commander. So it's almost like a puzzle game for the most part, where you take it to the field, the nature of the game. And of course, you got your objectives like protect the villagers, clear the map, stay away from field hazards and stuff like that. It seems really basic from the demo, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much you'll be doing outside of battle, except you're just going to be going from one battle to the next. But there's branching story paths, so if you do something during battle, you open up an entirely different story path, and that could add to a lot of the replayability. Me, I'm probably just going to go through one route and just beat it, and that's about it. I'm not going to explore too many routes unless I got the time, because I'm going to play both of them, 1 and 2. But everything looks good about it. I really like the fact you can switch between the classic and the new modern art, which I'm kind of torn between the modern and the classic, leaning more towards the modern art, because I actually think it looks better, but the classic art looks just as good. I don't know. There's not that many options. There's no English dub, which I found pretty weird, because the mobile game has an English dub. Langresser Mobile has an English dub, and that's just weird to me. Actually, Langresser Mobile, I think it looks slightly better than this one.
That's really weird.
It might look better. I feel like there's more style put into it than this one. Like, I really do feel like this one might be like a real budget release, and it's coming out not at full price. It's coming out at $50, which I kind of feel like this ain't really going to be worth $50 when it comes out. I don't know how I feel about spending $50 on this. This looks like maybe $30 at the most, but I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Definitely getting day one.
I'm curious. I wonder if you could have gotten a review code for that.
I actually didn't get back to the person, because I tried to message my contact when NS America, but then they said she was out for like a week. And then I think she was supposed to come back last Friday, but I never did a follow-up email, which I should just do a follow-up email so I can get a review code.
You're just going to say...
It's
hey.
far enough away, so I imagine... I don't know what the embargo is, but I imagine...
Yeah, that's
not too late.
Yeah, I should probably see if I can do that.
Ren's angry.
Ren is seeing someone outside. Yeah, so actually...
What you been playing?
Me? Well, obviously I've been playing Grand Blue Fantasy Versus a lot. And I'm probably going to go to a local and play tonight. I went to a tournament the other night and played. It was cool. It was like... It drove all the way to Belmont. Do you remember where Belmont is, Taylor?
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Yeah, so I drove all the way over there and went to it was like this garage.
Okay.
Not like a home garage, like a warehouse garage filled with just like fighting game setups. And they were streaming and everything like that, and there was a Grand Blue Fantasy tournament. And I played it, and I got to winners quarterfinals, which is farther than I thought I would get. And then it's like I got through all the people that are my skill, and then I started hitting the pros, and I just got destroyed.
got to get to that level where you can, keep up with the pros.
Yeah. So that was fun. I've been playing that. So I'm just gonna continue to learn how to play, get better at that game, and just keep going to locals and try to do tournament because I'm signed up for NorCal Regionals, which is a big tournament, and that's in April, and I gotta get better now. Get good, so I could actually get out of pools and stuff like that. That's gonna be fun. I've also been thinking recently I've been really I put on shuffle on my phone, on my car, just put shuffle of all my songs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the anime. I'm like, okay, shuffle.
No.
I swear, that's what I was thinking about too. I was like,
no.
Called Shuffle.
No, I'm not watching shuffle. And a Persona 4 song came on, and I'm like, I really want to play Persona 4 Golden now.
Nice.
So I might go back and play Persona 4 Golden, and then all this SRPG stuff we've been talking about makes me want to play Final Fantasy Tactics, the original.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm just like, okay, I want to go in nostalgic bins before a big rush of RPGs come in. Just little nostalgic stuff.
I might play that next. I was thinking about playing Tactics. I haven't played Tactics in a while.
And in my hacked PSP, I have the patch that fixes the sand lag. So, it's gonna be good.
So lucky.
Yeah, I mean you could do it. It's really easy to do.
I don't have a PSP though. Can you do it on Vita?
Nah, if you hack your Vita and put on a PSP emulator, yes, I think. But I have two. You want to borrow one?
You want to send one in the mail?
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing. I'm like Shadow. I haven't been really playing, and the dog needs to shut up. But yeah, let's move on to questions before we end this.
Alright.
Little some. There is a lot of people in the voice channels right now.
There is. That's weird.
All right. Spaghetti says, I've been toying around with the idea of making a Blade app, the card game from Cold Steel. The hardest part is how I would keep people engaged and wanting to come back. What are some features you would like to see?
That's interesting. I saw that question a while ago, and I've been trying to think of what it would be. I mean, I think the key to any good mobile game are those dailies. So it's like, play 5 matches, or you have to give them something to chase for. So maybe it's like, maybe the cards have different skins or something like that. Like, you can have different characters cover the cards or the back of the cards or something like that. That would be my guess, is skins or something. Because I don't, there's only so many cards in Blade, right? Like, you can't make up new cards.
Yeah. And the hard thing is that Blade is very roll the dice. It's very random.
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah.
You could get screwed in your random draw, so I don't know what you would be able to do. Did you like playing Blade in Cold Steel, Shadow?
Actually, yeah, I did but I didn't play it. I didn't collect the cards at all. Wait, is it Blade or that's Cold Steel 3, right?
No, that's Cold Steel 1 and 2. Vantage Masters is what.
Oh,
Cold
yeah,
Steel 3 is.
Yeah. I didn't care for Blade. I mean, there was a good amount of strategy in there, and I think if you knew how the AI played, you fared a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I enjoyed playing Blade. It wasn't too bad. I wouldn't put it in top 5 mini games, JRPG mini games. Yeah. Actually, maybe I would because I don't play that many mini games for RPGs. But yeah,
he needs to do the Tokyo Xanadu Blade, which has more cards.
I gotta play Tokyo Xanadu.
So,
you haven't played Xanadu? Oh man,
I gotta get that back. I gotta play that again.
Started
it, and I stopped.
It seems like it's it's either you really love it or you don't like it at all.
No, it's I like it. It's just that I just haven't found the time to get really back into it, which now might be the best time because I'm in between games right now. So maybe, I don't know, I was playing a couple of games I was in between. but I don't know what I want to get my time to for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Xanadu is pretty long too. It's like 50-ish hours, I think.
It's pretty good.
And they had like 2 epilogues.
It does, but I mean, you know what it plays like, right? It's basically Ys
Yeah.
and Persona kind of
Yeah,
meshed together.
I played it for like a good 10 hours, and then like something else came up, so I stopped playing it.
It happens. It has a slow build up, but then once you get into the groove of it, he just keeps going. You just want more.
Pretty much, yeah.
Josai Otaku, if you could go back in time, what is the one thing you would change about any JRPG series? Or JRPG, any game or series?
One thing I would change.
Go back in time and make Kingdom Hearts 3 like Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's a good one.
What does that mean?
It plays like Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, or Birth by Sleep, one of them.
Combat, like, what do you mean, like combat-wise, or the worlds, or like, what do you say it plays like it?
Combat-wise.
Yeah, I thought it was combat-wise too. Yeah. Combat-wise.
Okay.
This question could literally be just about Square.
Yeah, just about
Serious.
Almost everything they've done.
Go back in time and make sure that Final Fantasy Versus gets made.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my
Versus
my
13,
suggestion.
yeah. That for sure. That would be it. Is like finish that game to what it should have been or what they wanted it to originally be. That would have been awesome.
Maybe not make Final Fantasy 13 that linear hallway that it was.
Yep.
Okay,
that too.
Taylor, Final Fantasy 10
Yeah.
is made by the same guy who did 13.
Yep.
Is 10 also a hallway pretty much? It's just hidden better more?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's pretty linear. You just kind of run in straight paths. But I think people were so caught up in like, oh, it's voice acting and the combat. I think it's the best turn-based combat that Final Fantasy's ever had. So I think people were willing to forgive a lot of things. But yeah, if you go back, they're pretty similar in a lot of ways.
It's just that Final Fantasy 10 is way more interesting than Final Fantasy 13. The world, the story, the setting, everything is just better. That's why we didn't care at the time that it was so linear. But Final Fantasy 13 is just like a boring, convoluted mess. It's like it's trying to be so hard to be this like sophisticated thing when really it doesn't have to be, nor is it.
You beat it. Did you beat 13, Taylor?
I did, yeah. I've beaten 7 through 15, excluding the MMOs and
Some sequels.
13 too. But yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, Tactics. Yeah.
He can't play 6, by the way. It's impossible for him.
Yeah, it's too boring.
God, I can't hear that.
You hate to hear it?
Yeah, I hate to hear that.
See, I wouldn't go back and try to change something about a JRPG. I would go back in time and tell Sony, allow 2D games on the PS2. For the allow 2D games on the PS2.
Did they not allow it or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They that's why, or the West, at least the Sony US or Sony West or whatever it's called. They didn't want to bring over Japanese games that are 2D. That's why we didn't get the Tales of Destiny remake, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Destiny 2 on the PS2 because they're 2D, and that's why we got the 3D ones.
So it's all about Tales for you.
Oh yeah, those are the best Tales games, and we didn't get them because Sony was like, nope, 2D.
Is there anything else? I think I would give some more time to Time and Eternity because that thing needs more time.
That Cook, yeah.
Let's see.
I would have gone back and be like, hey, don't put Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 on the PSP. Just keep it on console.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
I've heard 3 is one of the best ones, but we never got it.
It is the best one, period.
Ugh,
3 is the best Valkyria Chronicles.
Feels
like,
bad.
3, it goes 3, 1, 4, then 2. They're all really good games and they're all right. It's just that for 4, we should have gotten 4 like in 2011. Honestly, because 4 is not that much different from 1.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. They added the Grenadier class, but yeah, 2 is weird. I mean, 2 is like a slice of life comedy anime, basically.
Yeah, it really was. It was, especially at the time, because everything was just like that. But the gameplay actually wasn't too bad. Actually, it was just a setting that really turned me off personally.
Yeah.
Now I could stomach it, but back then it was just like I had that everywhere, and I was done with it.
Final Fantasy Tactics 2 needs to continue development. That's what I would tell Square Enix.
Oh yeah, don't cancel Tactics 2. Don't cancel all Legend of Dragoon. Oh god. God, it feels bad. It just feels bad.
Give more money to PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. It's a good game. It just needs to cook a little more.
I think I don't know. I feel like that game was just destined to fail because people were comparing it so much to Smash.
It's funny, it's funny because the way you say that, because people were comparing it to Smash and they were dismissing it, and then the people who were playing it were saying, "Oh, it's nothing like Smash," so they're dismissing it. It's like, well, what can they do?
It was actually pretty fun. It was a really good concept. Like you had to kill your opponent. I was like, yo, this is a whole new layer of strategy that you can use. But people were just saying, oh, you got a whole bunch of characters matched in this game. It's just like Smash. So they just dismissed it. That's tough. Maybe the roster could have been a little bit more better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh yeah.
We were so close to getting Dart.
Oh. And that the map too was crazy. It was gonna be Gravity Rush and Journey mashed together. Oh god, it looked so cool.
I think now if they come out with PlayStation All Stars 2, I think it will fare a lot better. I think it would. They just need to get a really good roster in there.
It needs the roster.
Yeah, it needs a decent roster.
Pretty much.
So next one, Asian Sensation 24 asks, "Do you like pineapple on pizza? Why or why not?"
People always are like, oh, it's the worst thing ever, or it's the best thing. I'm indifferent. Like, if it's on there, it's fine. If it's not, it's fine.
I don't mind the taste. It just feels weird. The texture-wise, it just feels weird. It messes with me.
Yeah. Because, like, a good pizza has, like, that crunchy crust, and pineapples are just these little soggy little balls of mush, so it feels weird, for sure.
I don't think I've ever had pineapple on a pizza, and I don't think I ever will, because if there's always a choice, I'm going to choose almost anything but the pineapple pizza. But I would never, I'm never going to eat pineapple pizza. I would never choose to have pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I'm very basic when it comes to my pizza. It's like, just give me some pepperoni. That's all I need.
No, I'm even more basic. I'm cheese.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm just strict cheese. Like, don't put anything on. I might get like a margarita slice, maybe rarely, like 2% of the time. But for the most part, just give me a plain cheese slice and I'm good.
I like mushrooms on my pizza. Pepperoni and mushroom, I can get down with.
That's a good combo too. Pepperoni mushrooms or pepperoni and olives.
Yeah, olives are good.
They
have a strong flavor, though.
Yeah. Azeroth asks, when will Taylor go back and actually play the Fire Emblem games he did the retrospective on? My friend Great Trick had the footage he used for the older ones.
So all of them? So he wants me to play everything before Awakening? Is that what he's saying?
Yep, get on that. What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for an HD collection because freaking Path of Radiance is like $300 or whatever. It's it's insanely priced.
Would
you?
Wow. Yeah, you gotta drop your money, man. You gotta play it. If you're a true fan, you gotta drop the money on it.
I'm apparently not a true fan, so I'm a fake new fan.
Would you play?
OG fans hate.
Would you actually play it if it does come out on HD remake? It's gonna be. It has permadeath and it's harder. So
yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, we grew up with tactics where it didn't have permadeath, so I don't know if I could do that. Because a lot of times, I play Fire Emblem where I have characters that I use purely as pawns, where I know they're going to get killed, but it sets up so I can win the maps, you know? But I always know, I'm like, oh, well, I can get them back after the map's over because they're never really dead, unless the main character dies. But then, yeah, so I don't know. I think it'd be too hard for me. I know there was a rumor that they were going to go back and do another remake on 3DS, but then they canceled it because nobody was buying 3DS games anymore. So I'm hoping that they're going to do a Genealogy of the Holy War remake on Switch, which would be cool because we never got that game. So we shall see.
We shall see.
Shadow, have you played all the other English games? All the other Fire Emblem English?
Nope. I only played Awakening up. Minus Shadows of Valencia.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to go back and play. I think it was Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, because somebody told me to play it, but I think they only told me to play it so I can rage at it. It's so hard. But I'm because permadeath. I don't like permadeath in my games. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody who plays with permadeath is quote unquote good, because I think all they're doing is just reloading the game after they lose a unit that they don't want to lose.
Exactly.
Don't waste my time like that. I'm not all for that. That's just retarded and dumb. You prove nothing to me by just reloading the game. What you prove to me is that you have a shit ton of time in your hands to redo a battle over again. That's what all you did was prove to me.
Preach.
Yeah.
I mean, with Three Houses, they completely solved that with a Divine Pulse. It's oh, you screwed up here, just rewind. They did that in Tactics Ogre too. You can rewind the whole fight if you screw up. That you can rewind super far in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think Tactics did it right. Is that your characters die, and you have 3 turns to revive them. And if you don't revive them in 3 turns, then they disappear.
Sounds like Valkyria Chronicles. I think if the enemy... No, if you don't get the person up, they die. And if the enemy gets to them, they die instantly.
Yep.
See, that's what you're supposed to do. You mess up, but hey, it gives you a chance to fix your mistake.
Yeah, and people will be like, "Oh, it's not the way you play Fire." Listen, man, you got all the time in the world. I ain't got time to be playing the game for an hour, and then all of a sudden RNG to fuck me over towards the end of the match. Nah, I'm good.
I think that's one of the biggest turnoffs for most people when it comes to strategy RPGs, because the fights are so long, and then if you screw up, it's oh my god, I just wasted a freaking hour. I don't want to do this again. I've done that. I did that so many times in Valkyria Chronicles 4, where I screwed up, and I'm just oh my god, I lost an hour or however long those fights were. That's my one problem with strategy RPG. Sometimes the fights can go way too long.
Yeah, it can. Well, I don't think I ever actually failed a mission in Valkyria Chronicles 4. I just looked at one mission and I was like, this is gonna take forever. I'm yo, how do I do this? How do I do this in the least amount of time? Because that's what I'd be doing sometimes.
Just try playing the cross games like Project Cross Zone or Napco Cross Capcom.
Oh, yo, Project Cross Zone. Oh my god.
Those maps. It's finally defeated all the characters, and then 17 more appear on the screen. It's what?
But then the end of the game, the last battle was absolutely ridiculous. I think I had to spend 2 hours in that last battle because it was just so freaking long, and it was so many enemies were coming at you. And I was exhausted. I was like, this is too much. But I still finished the game though.
You're a better man than us.
The maps were just so boring. There was there was zero design thought that went into the actual maps. It wasn't it was just your guys run into their guys. Good luck. That was the game.
All right, so just like Taku asks, back during an old GSP episode, I heard of a group experience with Final Fantasy Tactics. Whatever happened to that gaming group, and any chance for a revival?
I think that was something that you did, Nick.
Yeah,
it was a gaming book club type of thing.
Yeah, it was the JRPG Journal, which was the gaming book club. And the reason we did it and it didn't work out because everyone went on ahead.
Mm.
So all it turned out to be was like a channel dedicated to that game that we were playing.
Gotcha.
So
How is it supposed to work?
like I will tell them like get to this chapter and then stop, and we'll talk about it at this time. We'll talk about what we did and everything like that. And people just kept going going past it. A specific person named Kimpy, not to name names, but he would always go ahead, and it was just like, and we would talk about like things in chapter 2 when we're in chapter 1 still, and I'm just joking. It wasn't just Kimpy, but it was everyone. So that's why it didn't work. For a revival, it was just, I don't know, maybe we all pick a game at once. I'll pick it up and then have a channel dedicated to talking about it. Now that the spoiler tag is in Discord, because back then Discord didn't have a spoiler tag, we'll be able to talk about it. So if you guys are down with that, we could do that.
Cool.
Last question. It's from Spaghetti. When are we going to see a Shokugeki between the cast of GSP?
What?
Shokugeki is a cooking war.
Cooking War?
Have you seen the anime Food Wars?
I've heard about it. I never actually watched it.
So imagine it's like a shonen anime, but instead of like fist fighting, they cook. It's like Iron Chef, but anime.
So to answer that question, seriously, it would never happen because I'd win.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's the real answer. Nick has really dedicated time to get good at barbecuing, and
okay.
yeah, I would have no prayer. I could barbecue chicken and burgers and dogs, but like Nick does the big meats like brisket and stuff. I don't even know where to start.
Oh, I can't do that. No. I can make a lot of things with brisket. I definitely can't do that.
So I don't even know if Shadow cooks. So I was just joking. But yeah, Shadow.
I mean, I cook. I'll cook like basic things. Like I'll make chicken, which you can't really just grill or bake chicken.
You can't really mess up chicken.
Yeah, it's like I'll make spaghetti. I'll cook steak. I made like some sweets, like sweet potato pie and brownies. But that's about it. Yeah.
No. So, guys, we're not going to have a Shokugeki, but maybe I'll make that cooking show that you want to see.
Do it.
I already made one video. That was just like spur of the moment of me just making burgers.
Yeah, do it. Add a little more production value, and there you go.
Yeah. I'm thinking
You know what you should do?
What?
Do binging with Babish, but instead of with movies, just do it with video game food. Like, all right, today we're going to make apple gels.
Okay, so that requires people to actually know how to cook, like creative.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I just need to know what the I have to think about how to make a Jello.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
That's not a bad idea. You could probably make a channel dedicated to that, and that actually will work out pretty well. That could work out pretty well for you. There's a lot of game dishes that you could use.
So tonight we're going to be making cup of noodles from Final Fantasy 15.
There we go. Yo, you have any idea how many views that could possibly? Just because how funny it is and how to meme, you could probably get a lot of views from that.
And then, Nick, you got to Photoshop yourself with the cup of noodles hat.
Yeah.
So that's views waiting to happen, man.
All right, we got to do it. We'll make it as a April Fool's joke. All right, guys. Thanks for watching another long, fun episode. Hopefully next time I won't be as tired, and next time the PS5 will be announced. That'll be awesome.
Oh man, that'd be great.
So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Ask your questions then, and we'll see you then. Later.
Ask your Rune Factory questions.
Yeah, ask your Rune Factory questions, because only I'm going to be playing it.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Ouch.
Laters.
Peace.